The more I watch this Diddy trial, the more I'm convinced that the prosecution is spiking this case on purpose. There was new testimony late yesterday, earlier today, that to me seems pretty, pretty sloppy. And the cross examination essentially got the prosecution's star witness, who has been on the stand for 4 straight days, got the star witness to basically admit that she was a willing participant of said freak-offs. We also had some other Hollywood celebrities named, some NFL players, and Justin Bieber issuing a statement. But for me, it seems awfully... with every day that passes, this trial feels more and more like a nothing burger. I'm going to start with some of the reaction from Cassie. Firstly, to people finding out that they had tapes of said freak-offs. Jurors heard a recording of Cassie screaming at a friend who said that he had seen a video of her performing these acts. In the recording, Cassie was made by Cassie in 2013. The man claimed to have video on his phone. Cassie is heard pleading to see the video and then threatened to take his life if it ever became public. I've never taken anyone's life in my life, but I will end yours, Cassie told the man, punctuating her threats with profanities. Cassie acknowledged in her testimony that Combs subsequently made offers to keep the videos private. Also, multiple new escorts have been brought to light. Cassie then also admitted to participating in a freak-off with Jonathan Oddie, the guy that went around spraying lead around the Trump Hotel. Willing participant. A willing participant. This is crazy. His family is shooting a documentary behind the scenes because I believe they think he's not going to get convicted. Then they showed pictures, I assume very spicy ones, to the jury. Female jurors swallowed hard and appeared to move her head to the side. Why would they need to see those pictures? I'm not exactly sure. Diddy had also said that he is proud of his lawyer as she grilled Cassie on the stand. On Thursday, Diddy mentioned his lawyer, Anna Estavio, that he was proud of her for the work she was doing in the case. The message was caught on a hot mic in the courtroom. Estavio confronted Cassie with loving emails and text messages that she and the hip-hop mogul had exchanged early on. You and Diddy were in love for 11 years, right? Was the first question from Diddy's lawyer. Yes. You loved him? Yes. You believe he loved you? Yes. She also continued. In one line of particularly damning exchange, Cassie wrote in a text to Diddy in March 2017, please don't play the victim. And that's all you wanted. That's why I was upset. I love our freak-offs when we both want it. There are other text messages where she's literally setting them up. So exactly what about this is her being there against her will? You know? Here you said, after 3 days of grueling days on the stand, R&B singer Cassie Ventura is set to finally wrap up today. They've made no claims, no charges of trafficking or racketeering, which is what he's actually charged for. Comey's daughter is doing a absolutely horrendous job, and it's making me think that she's doing that bad of a job on purpose. It's legitimately making me think she's doing this bad of a job on purpose. Diddy's lawyer called Ventura the most important witness in a very important case on Thursday after she was made to read hundreds of shockingly spicy, loving texts and emails that she had exchanged with Diddy when they dated, as she was grilled about another of his attorneys, Anna Estavio. The defense has 5 hours Friday to finish their cross-examination of Ventura, who is 8 months pregnant, facing life in prison. For what? For what? Now they brought up Chris Brown, by the way, who's in jail again for hitting somebody today, by the way. So they brought up Chris Brown, some NFL player. saying Cassie underwent same trauma therapy used by Prince Harry. So what? So what? And they've got nothing left. Dawn Richard, a member of Diddy's created group, Danity Kane, never heard of it, is expected to testify. Richard claims that the disgraced bad boy mogul put his hands on her, deprived her of food and sleep, and refused to pay her adequately. Maybe. This seems like another thing. Just another nothing burger that this is going to end up being. By the way, that's not what he's on trial for. He's not on trial for being a dick. He's not even on a trial for SA. He's on trial for racketeering and trafficking. The judge is even getting sick of it. The judge complained to the lawyers during the 10-minute break that Diddy lawyer Anna Estavio's cross-examination has been interrupted too many times by disputes. The judge has now said that the prosecution is dragging their feet. The judge has tried to clear the way for jurors to be brought in on time for what had hoped to be Cassie's last day on the stand. In the video, Combs said that he has God in his heart. The judge watched it and decided the argument was moot because the defense agreed not to show the video to the jury. One item to dispute, a recording that Combs made when he went to rehab after a March 26th attack on Cassie in an elevator. Prosecutor Emily Johnson said the video showed Combs wandering through nature as he spoke of religion and God. She described it as an effort by Combs' lawyer to seek sympathy from the jury. Well, maybe that's why you made sure to have an 8.5-month pregnant woman on the stand. There's nothing. This case is falling apart. People keep telling me, Jeremy, they're just establishing character. They're just establishing character. They're gonna drop some bombs soon. Okay, when and for what? Justin Bieber now came out to say that he's not among those on the list. So Bieber issued a statement to TMZ saying that he's not a Diddy victim. Well, okay. Maybe. Just because he said he isn't doesn't mean he is, but that it certainly is. He's coming out to say he isn't. There was this initial video where he's like, don't talk about what we do here. From the Jimmy Kimmel Live, this thing.
This is the type of indictment you would expect from some
the United States government.
You're working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we become friends in a strange way,
It's like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin,
I mean, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. The fact that, this guy that went on his spree in the Trump Hotel, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that's come out of this story. But, Justin has come out to say, nope, nothing weird ever happened. I don't know. I think he was probably groomed. The line, he says, he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with his big brother Puff on national television. Combs said, everything ain't for everybody. This was the clip I was looking for.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
well, apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
Flash forward.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's, it just means that maybe they're getting up to no good, riding ATVs or whatever. But,
2024, amid Diddy's arrest, these moments re-entering the conversation, sparking speculation.
But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream, and we're gonna go buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
I mean, I'm guessing he was probably getting them laid, grooming them maybe. I don't know. But again, he's not on trial for that. He's not on trial for that. So I'm feeling that this trial is a sham. Until there's any real evidence of racketeering or trafficking, which is what he's supposedly on trial for, there's nothing to talk about. So Diddy's a degenerate, and his girlfriend participated in it. Okay. So, big deal. You know, Britney Spears was around that. She's crazy now. Bieber was around it. He's crazy now. Could it be related? Sure. Could it not be? Sure. I think that here's my conspiracy theory. I'm saying it's a conspiracy theory, but I'm starting to think it's true. I think there were tapes. I think there were politicians that were participating in these parties. I think there were people who are powerful in Hollywood who were participating in these freak-offs. I think the arrest was just to get those tapes and destroy them. I think that they are not going to come up at court. I don't think that he's going to suffer any conviction whatsoever. I think he might get 6 months, a year, plead down to time served, because they got what they wanted. I don't know why on earth. Where is all this trafficking? Where are the hundreds of people who are participating in this? We spent a full week of what they said is only going to be a 2-week trial talking about him and his girlfriend being freaks. As far as I know, nothing illegal happened between them. Why are they spending so much time on her? You know, Ellen was his best friend. Ellen's coming back to the United States. She's not worried. I think that there's other evidence that they wanted to get their hands on, and now it's gone. If the trial is 8 weeks, like some people are saying, okay, fine. But I have not been moved by any trial this week, and I don't think anybody in the jury is either. I don't think they've moved to get a conviction at all. Let me know what you think. I'm curious.